can you say to new players who might think that Lost Ark is pay to win?
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. God damn, this is it, boys. She coming in hot, asking the real question. Okay, here we go. So what we're going to be looking at here is a interview with a guy, Gold River. This is basically the Yoshi P, is this my understanding? Correct me if I'm wrong, of Lost Ark. It is the main dude of the game. There are a lot of people who have been a little bit hesitant about Lost Ark. I feel like after watching at least some stuff about this guy, it seems good.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now in the Hall of Heroes for
Mango,
part 2 of lore. Now, the Hall of Heroes is where the stage is set to honor Arcasia's greatest champion, the renowned game developer of Lost Ark, the one and only Gold River. Now, we're very, very honored to be able to feature this exclusive one-on-one interview where we will get to hear valuable insights for new players and longtime fans alike. So chat.
Hey, quit making the weird comments. You're gonna make me look like an asshole. Quit, guys. Quit. Chill.
Make sure to ask your questions.
Makes me look bad.
We'll be pulling them when we can. And I am so very honored right now to welcome to the stage the Lost Ark game director, Gold River.
There he is. I like how they have him walking out of like a million. What is that? Is that just like servers? No, it's just a bunch of lights.
Hello and welcome. Good to see you. Please take a seat.
Okay.
와, 이 의자가 엄청
This chair is amazing.
부담스러운데요? 예.
It is a
The
throne
chair is
for
pretty,
our champions. So thank you
it
so
seems
much
a bit-
for
it's a
being
bit
here
much.
today. Gold River, for those watching who might not know you, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
인사요. 네. Hello, users from all around the world. I am Keum Kang Seon. Nice to meet you. Goldie River. Gold River.
Okay.
If my Korean name is hard to pronounce, just call me Gold River. It was my dream to launch.
I think it's really funny that we have the main guy that's like actually in charge of the game, and we call the main guy by his game name. I like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. It feels like it feels like it's like there's some immersion involved here. You know what I mean? Yeah, SAO flashbacks. Yeah, this. I don't know if we're ready for that one yet, but we'll see. I think it's really cool.
Lost Ark globally, and my dream has come true. It is an honor to be here today. I will do my best to answer your main question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming all this distance. What brings you in person all the way from Korea?
자, 여기서부터는
What the fuck
한국어로
else is there to
대답할게요.
do?
발음이 별로 안 좋아요.
From
Yeah.
now on, I will speak in Korean because my accent.
여기 일단 홍보하러만 온 거는 아니고요. 홍보하러만 온 건 아니고 제가 이제 그 개발자로서 로스트아크에 대해서 좀 여러 가지 얘기를 직접 해드리고 싶어서 LA까지 왔습니다.
I'm not just here to do press, but as a developer, I would like to show you how to fully enjoy the game here in LA.
네, 여기 오고 보니까
Okay.
이게 LA가 그거 알아요? LA가 로스트아크의 줄임말이에요. 그래가지고 와 굉장히 운명.
You know what I also like? It seems like a lot of the Eastern developers is that they tell you how to play the game, but they don't make you play the game that way. Whereas, like, a lot of guys here don't tell you how to play the game, but they just make you play the game that way. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing. It's like, I don't know how many times I've seen things from, like, Final Fantasy of them telling you, like, oh, this is what you should do. These are the quests that you should do, etc. Right? Yeah, they tell you what to do, and then over here, they're like, well, just have at it. But, well, you can't really have at it because we have a system that basically it makes it where you can only get one of them a day, and you have to get 37 to unlock flying. So you have to do this 37 days. But hey, you play however you want.
여기다 이런 생각 좀 해봤고요.
The interesting thing is, if you shorten Lost Ark, it's also LA, so I think that's a beautiful connection right there.
그래서 오늘 얘기하려던 건 이제 아마존 게임스하고 제가 이제 요청을 드린 거는 막 좋은 얘기 포장하는 얘기 말고도 좀 불편했던 얘기라든가 아니면은 유저분들 좀 걱정하는 얘기들 이런 것들을 조금 뭐 질문에 좀 많이 넣어달라고 요청은 드렸었거든요.
And as I have requested with Amazon games as well, not just to talk about the flashy parts of the game, but also address any of the concerns that you all may have. So that's what I'm here for.
그래서 그런 뭐 이슈가 됐던.
So he's actually going to talk about probably the fact that if you spend $5 in a game, you're just the best player, right? I think that's that's the thing I read on Reddit. One thing to keep in mind with this is that this guy owns the company. This is not a publicly traded company that is beholden to Bobby and the puppeteers. So they actually, he owns the company. It's a private company, and that's pretty much. The guy owns nothing. Oh, it's a private company. Sorry. It is a private company. I could be a little bit wrong, a little bit about that, but it is a private company. It's not a publicly traded company.
뭐 좋은 얘기들이나 좋은 질문이든 아니면 뭐 이슈가 됐던 질문이든
Excuse me.
많이 유저분들이 좋아하는, 유저분들이 듣고 싶었던 얘기들을 좀 질문에 많이 넣었으면 하는 바람입니다.
So please, easy or difficult, ask your burning questions.
Well, we appreciate that transparency, so thank you so much for offering that to the community. I know we have a lot of questions. Everyone is so excited to play Lost Ark this week, and there were a lot of people who were very excited to play Lost Ark in 2021. Could you give us some insights behind the delay that delayed us here to 2022?
It was COVID. I mean, obviously, right? And then
우선
a New World
원래
too.
2021년도에 찾아뵙기로 했는데 연기가 돼가지고
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
너무 오래 기다리게 해드려서 죄송하다는 말씀부터 드리고 싶습니다.
Of course, I'd first like to address, we were supposed to meet in 2021, but because of the delay, I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to everyone for the delay.
It is what it is.
근데 이제 그 커뮤니티를 보니까 그
it is what it is.
때문에 연기가 됐다 막 이런 얘기들 좀 많더라고요.
It seems like there's been a debate in the community saying that it may be because of the new world.
Because of New World.
Okay, it's not because of New World. Could you give us a little insight as to what was going on behind the scenes?
So I don't know if I should say this, but I talked to somebody from Amazon about this, and they said that they just they didn't have the voice acting down all the way, and they just want to make sure they released it really well. Like that's what they told me, and that's why the delay happened.
원래 이제 그 군단장 레이드라고 한국에서 이제 먼저 런칭을 해가지고 굉장히 호응도 괜찮고 또 군단장 레이드가 나오고 나면 잔존율이 굉장히 좋아져요. 그래서 이런 부분들을 AGS 아마존 게임스에 저희가 요청을 드렸었고요.
Well, of course, in the original Korean launch, Legion raids had yielded great responses. So I particularly made a request to Amazon Game as well for that Legion raid to be included.
그래서
Are those
이제
the tier 3 ones?
저희는 3티어, 그러니까 군단장 레이드가 가는 데까지의 어떤 과정을 좀 다듬고 그리고 그 아마존 게임스에서는 로컬라이징을 또 해야 되잖아요. 그 많은 걸 하려면 로컬라이징 하는데 시간이 굉장히 오래 걸리기 때문에 그 시간을 쓰기 위해서 이제 연기를 한 거예요.
So because of the tier 3 that will be included with the Legion raid
that's what I thought.
and taking a bit of time with the localization of the content, it yielded some more time than expected.
That makes
그런데
sense.
이
Yeah,
아마존
that actually does
게임스가
make sense.
이거를 그렇게 공지를 안 하더라고요.
But it seems like when Amazon Games made that announcement, they didn't include any of these details in their announcement. So,
그래서 좀
Oh my god. Oh my god. Throw them under the bus. God damn. But I mean, in a way, he's not wrong though. It's not wrong.
답답해가지고 제가 왜냐면 아니 로컬라이징 하는데 막 시간도 많이 쓰고 굉장히 좀 열심히 하셨거든요. 그래놓고선 공지를 안 해가지고 막 욕을 먹더라고요. 그래서 아니 이거 왜 공지를 좀 제대로 전달을 했으면 좋았을 텐데 하는 좀 그런 아쉬움이 있었어요.
and because of that, it seemed like Amazon Games did all the work to make this happen, but yet didn't, reveal any of these details behind the delay. So it got me a little frustrated.
그래서 어쨌든 여기서 이제 뭐 들려주고 싶은 얘기는 군단장 레이드라는 아주 중요한 이 로스타크에서는 굉장히 중요한 그런 컨텐츠를 여러분들한테 빨리 공급해드릴 수 있다라는 어떤 즐거운 소식을 전해드립니다.
But all in all, I'm happy to announce that we are including Legion Raid in our Tier 3 for every user to enjoy. So we're very excited about that.
Some people were concerned about that a little bit because they thought it was like too much content at the start. I don't know anything about the game really, so it sounds good. Sounds good to me. You know.
Amazing, and thank you so much for your insight, kind of behind all of this and what was going on. Do you at this time have plans for future updates and rollouts that you can share?
우선 클래스는 총 15개를 가지고 런칭을 합니다. 그런데 저희가 이제 준비되어 있는 클래스들을 빠르면 2달, 늦어도 3달, 굉장히 빠른 템포로 계속 업데이트를 해드릴 거예요.
For this launch, we have 15 classes coming. And every 2 to 3 month intervals, we're going to introduce a new class as well.
Jesus.
그리고 또 이제 뭐 군단장 레이드 이 부분도 굉장히 또 로컬라이징도 다 끝나 있고 준비가 다 됐기 때문에 뭐 오픈 베타를 하고 한 달 있다가는 아르고스라는
That's a lot of new classes. So like the thing is with Lost Ark is that like Lost Ark also has a lot of stuff that's account wide. It doesn't work the same as like Final Fantasy, right? But it works similar in the fact that like there are a lot of things in the game. Like they even added in a thing for the Western client that you what am I thinking? That you actually get a boost to a character after you finish the main story on one character. So there's a ton of stuff that's free to play, it's all free to play. And on top of it being free to play, they're adding in a bunch of these new classes that are account wide. It's 2. Yeah, you get the first one, and then you were originally what they were originally going to do is they're going to make it that you had to watch all of the cinematics to get the second one. But people were like, that's a bit much, right? And so they decided to change their mind on that. And so you basically get the second one as soon as you do the first one. And I want to say that like going through the game, I'm going to be doing all of the cinematics. I'm going to read all the story and all of that, so you guys can have the true experience of the game. I'm not going to try to like speed run this. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to like, oh man, I want to get to 50 as soon as I can. Then I'm going to like grind up to 60. And then I'm going to do the tier 1 raids. I do the tier 2 raids. I fish. I do tier 3. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have fun. We're going to have fun. I'm going to play the fucking game. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. That's the plan. I just want to make sure you guys understand that.
리스 레이드를 낼 거고 또 그 한 달 있다가는 발탄. 첫 번째 군단장 레이드는 발탄을 업데이트를 할 거거든요.
And with the inclusion of Legion raids, we've already been finished with localizing the content. And simultaneously, we also have the Argos raid, a month later releasing, as well as the Vaulton raid releasing, and more.
아마 굉장히 많은 업데이트들이 준비가 되고 있는데 근데 꼭 이게 그 한국에서 서비스했던 경험을 좀 생각을 해보면 꼭 이게 빠르게 엔드 콘텐츠를 막 많이 공급하는 게 꼭 좋은 건 아니에요.
So we have a ton of updates for you all, but in our opinion, given our experiences with our original launch, perhaps pouring out all of the updates at once may not be the best option.
그래서 준비는 저희가 잘 되어 있으니까 유저분들의 어떤 성장 속도라든가 이런 부분들을 저희가 잘 파악을 해서 아주 적당한 타이밍에 절대 부족함이 없는 업데이트를 선보이도록 하겠습니다.
So with our speedy updates all available, ready to go, we're still going to take time to monitor the progression levels of our users, of our global users, and release according to that level of the speed level.
You might even say, stop the updates. Be prepared.
I love all the content we can expect here. Gold River,
please
stop. I probably should have asked you this first, but do you have anything to say to the new players out there who might be diving into Lost Ark for the first time this week?
처음 로아를 하시는 분들은 우선은 계속 수직적인 거를 좋아하시는 분들이라면 반드시 이 게임의 백미라고 할 수 있는 군단장 레이드는 꼭 도전해봤으면 하고요.
For those who prefer vertical contents, then I would for sure recommend diving into Legion raids.
그리고 이제 좀
I like how this guy just like casually suggests, he's like, so yeah, what you want to do is you want to do the hardest raid content in the game. So yeah, clear all the raids and then do the hardest ones. That's pretty much what you should do. And sounds good.
하게 천천히 게임을 즐기시는 걸 좋아하시는 분들은 뭐 이것저것 다 해보셨으면 좋겠어요. 저희가 수평 콘텐츠들이 굉장히 많거든요. 이런 것들을 차근차근 다 하나씩 즐겨보시길 바랍니다. 뭐 사이드 퀘스트라든가 뭐 섬이라든가 아니면 뭐 여러 가지 컬렉팅이라든가 이런 것들 전부 다요.
And for those who like to take their time exploring the game and enjoy some of the horizontal content,
be me.
then we recommend just diving into not only just side stories to item collection, and there's so many things available that you can enjoy.
That's
Great.
wonderful. I want to ask you, I've heard about Rollouts and its popularity in Korea. Are there plans
That's
to do
their,
anything like that
BlizzCon
here
for the
or
game.
globally?
로아온도 알고 계세요?
Know about Lon?
I have done my research and I hear it is very popular.
Yeah, a lot of people liked
로아온
it.
행사를 글로벌하게 하는 건 당연히 꿈이죠.
Of course, it is my dream to have a global event like Rollouts.
그런데 이제 어떤 북미 웨스턴 시장에서의 어떤 그 버전과 한국의
I'll tell
버전이
you, like, I'll tell you guys, like, I will, if it's in America, I might actually go to one of these things. Yeah, I might actually go to one of these things and say, like, you know what, fuck it. Like, why not?
현재는 좀 차이가 좀 나요.
But as we're monitoring just the different variations from versions of all different territories, there are a bit of a gap.
그래서 그런 차이가 나는 상황에서 이제 뭐 로아온을 하면은 웨스턴 유저들은 다 한국에서 이미 공개된 것들을 받으셔야 될 수 있기 때문에 어느 정도 전 세계 글로벌 버전이 좀 맞춰지면은 뭐 행사가 뭐 로아온도 될 수 있고 뭐 아니면 대회가 될 수 있고 이런 것들을 많이 열어보고 싶긴 합니다.
So since our Korean users have already seen some of these versions that our Western users will now see, once that meeting point is achieved, then perhaps we can have a global event.
That would make sense.
That
Yeah.
sounds really exciting.
So, like, all the
and
regions
I
are on
want
the
to ask
same
Gold
level.
River, I know that
Yeah.
you yourself
makes
are a
sense.
bit of a hot topic in the Lost Ark community. Yes, you. And you are popular within that community, so much so that players even bought ad space for you. And I believe we have that here to take a look at. This is a thing that happened, yes?
Yeah, they love the
이걸 또-
developers over there. It's crazy.
이것도 조사해 갖고 오셨군요.
I
Yeah, we're
can't
on
believe
TV.
this
Yeah,
got
that's you
here.
guys.
근데 그 사실은
Absolutely.
되게 자랑하고 싶었던 건데 감사합니다.
To be honest, this was my bragging point, so thanks for bringing it up.
네, 저희 이게 유저분들이 저희한테 그 뭐 응원의 메시지를 이제 지하철 광고를 해주셨는데 여기 이제 물 건너와가지고 저걸 여기서 또 보니까 뭔가 저희 한국 유저분들이 이렇게 힘내라고 응원해 주는 것 같네요.
Our Korean users had created this ad space for me, so it seems like, you know, we have their support all the way here in LA. So I'm grateful for it.
It's very true, and that
Yeah, there's basically they had bought an ad space where he was around where he was at, so he'd be able to see it. And I think that's really cool. Like, it's crazy to me to see how supportive the Korean audience is and everything. And it's also like, I mean, the same thing with Final Fantasy as well. Like, they love the developers, man. They really do. It's crazy, and it's a lot different than the way it is here. It really is. It really is different. It's just different.
relationship between a game developer and the
Feels
community
good different.
that you have in particular is so special. What do you think is the secret to having that kind of relationship with your community?
Make a good game.
글쎄요, 이제
Make good game. Be nice to them.
저희가 한국에서 사실 계속
Imagine that.
로스타크가 좋은 시절만 있던 건 아니에요.
To be honest, it hasn't always been up over the past years since Lost Ark launched.
약간 뭐랄까 전우회랄까
Like, let's say, camaraderie.
그 저희가 이게 사실 친구가요.
Sometimes you get it.
안 좋을
Sometimes
때
you get
친구가
got.
진짜 친구잖아요.
Like, if you think about friends, when you go through the low moments together, that really brings us together, right?
Yeah.
진짜 되게 어려웠던 시절에도 막 유저분들이 조언도 굉장히 많이 해주셨고 저희도 그 피드백을 받아서 계속 이제 좋은 게임이 되도록 고쳐 나갔어요. 그래서 그런 과정을 거쳤고 그 과정에서 서로 약간 어떤 끈끈한 그런 유대감이 생기지 않았나 그렇게 저는 생각하고 있어요.
And even through our downs, you know, our users steadily have been providing not only just criticism, but encouragement as well as feedback that really helped us get here to this point.
근데 뭐 이런 어떤 특별한 관계는 꼭 이제 한국 유저분들하고도 굉장히 좀 오랜 시간에 걸쳐가지고 이런 관계가 형성이 된 거거든요.
And this camaraderie over the years have been built, you know, through that through all of the togetherness of it all.
Yeah, they feel like they're a part of
웨스턴
it.
유저분들하고도 많이 소통을 하면서
I think that's a big factor is that a lot of the developers, it feels like there's not as much of a divide between, let's say, the developers and the players. And it's like, you know, they play the game. A lot of times people know what their characters are, etc., right? And I think that really makes a big impact. That makes a huge fucking impact because that's the kind of stuff that makes people not think of you as like this, this entity that is not them. Because like back in the day, it's like whenever you had like computer games from the 90s and like the early 2000s, you look at the picture of developers, it's like, that's the guy at the card shop. And it's just, it feels like it's, they're one of you. But to a certain extent, there's like a lot of, I think people, especially here, get into, and this, let's be honest, it happens with streamers too, and it happens with content creators too, is they start getting the ego, right? And it's like there's a difference between like thinking that you're right and what you're doing and then being an asshole about it. You can do a little bit of both. And I think that all the time, like the developers, like there are times that developers say the players are wrong there too, but I think that it comes from a place of understanding because the players realize that they are playing the same games and it could just be a perspective, if that makes sense.
좋은 관계를 가져나가고 싶고요.
And my hopes is that I aim to have that
Ego
same
and
relationship
these.
with our global users.
나중에는 이제 뭐 한국 유저들 아니면 또 웨스턴 유저들 모두 전 세계에 있는 뭐 유저분들이 로스트아크라는 어떤 공통 관심사를 가지고 서로 또 친해지면 좋을 것 같아요.
And it would be amazing for all of our users, not just our Korean users, but our international users as well, to just build that camaraderie in that common theme of Lost Ark, their love, our love for it.
조금 뭐 딴소리긴 한데 오다 보니까 여기 슈퍼볼 시즌이더라고요.
It seems quite random to say, but I saw that it's the Super Bowl season.
하필이면은 LA 램스 올라갔더라고요. 저는
Yeah, I saw that LA Rams went up.
전 탐 브레이디 팬인데.
Oh, I'm a Tom Brady fan.
네. 근데
Who
뭐
isn't?
그런 거죠.
I mean,
뭐
come on.
슈퍼볼처럼 어떤
Who isn't?
같은 취미를 가지고 있으면 막 되게
Hell yeah, brother.
여기도 보니까 LA가
Hell yeah, brother.
근데 로스트아크로 모든 전 세계 유저분들이 그렇게 축제 분위기도 내고 친해질 수 있는 시간이 올 수 있기를 희망해 봅니다.
And just like if you look at Super Bowl fans, everyone is connected with that common theme of just the love of the sport. And so just with that, we hope to have that same kind of energy for our Lost Ark fans and global users.
I love that. I love how much you listen to your player base, and it seems like you listen to the Korean community quite a bit. And I know you were talking about that you'd love to listen to the Western territories in the same way. Is there any feedback you've heard from the Western territories that you'd like to address?
많이 보고 있어요. 뭐 레딧이라든가 뭐 유튜브.
We're talking about the microtransactions, I bet.
보고 있는데 최근에 한번 그 포럼 레딧이었던 것 같아요. 뭐 거기서
Here we go.
T3가 먼저 나와야 된다.
Here we
혹은
go.
뭐 T1, T2가 차근차근 나와야 된다. 뭐 이거 가지고 한참 설전이 벌어지더라고요.
Yes, I've been keeping up to date with the Reddit threads, YouTube, you name it. But I've seen on a Reddit thread that there was an ongoing debate on like whether T1 and 2 should come out or T3 should come out first.
Oh no.
Pretty heated.
네, 제가 먼저 개발자로서 이제 답을 드리면 저희는
You're into
T3를
Reddit?
포함해서 나오게 됩니다.
And if I were to give you an answer as developer of Lost Ark, I would say we're including all the tiers for our
근데
launch.
뭐 이게 이제 그렇다고 해서 T1, T2 구간을 뭐 이 T1, T2 구간이 한국에서는 2년 가까이 진행되던 구간이거든요.
And not to say that, you know, if you look at our original launch in Korea, it almost took 2 years for tiers 1 and 2 to come out.
근데 뭐 그렇게 길게 즐기는 게 아니라 T1, T2 구간은 이제 저희가 유저분들이
Game for it? Yeah, the
어떤
game's free.
로스트아크에 대한 메커니즘을 이해를 하고
There's like an optional sub that makes it like it plays better though.
필요한 딱 그
think it's like
시간만
BDO.
딱 줄 거여서 시간은 많이 압축을 할 거예요.
And we're not going to leave that much time period for users to experience tiers 1 and 2. Rather, we're going to use it and with that condensed time so that our users can be able to get acquainted with the game and sort of, you know, enjoy it and then be able to.
That makes
T1,
sense.
T2 구간에서 T1, T2 구간에서 이제 게임을 좀 로스트아크를 배워 나가시고 이제 T3로 가면 본격적인 모험을 하실 수 있고 본격적인 파밍 시스템들을 이제 더 즐기실 수 있을 거고 네, 그렇게 진행을 하신다면 훨씬 좋은 게임 흐름을 가질 수 있을 거라고 생각해요.
So through tier 1 and 2, you get the gist of the game, you get acquainted with it, and the real meat of everything is in tier 3. So once you go with
That's
that
the real
flow,
shit?
it'll just enhance the experience, in my opinion.
Very exciting, and thank you for clearing that up. Is there anything?
I think also like it might have been a factor where they didn't want people to run out of content. Because like bringing in a lot of content all at the same time, I think that adds in a lot of value, that puts in a lot of, gets a lot of people. Thank you guys. Apparently we had 100,000 viewers. It's a lot of people. Hi guys. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Make sure to follow. So look, I think it's a good thing to have more content than less, because the fact is that the only people that it's really going to affect are the super hardcore players, because those are the guys that are going to hit, like they're going to hit the wall. They're going to finish the tier 3 content really fast, or tier 2 content, and they're going to look for the rest of the content. But it's the same as like if you were playing Burning Crusade or Classic WoW and you started playing an AQ or something like that. Well, you'd still have to go through all the content. So I don't see it as really a problem at all, as long as it's progressive to a certain degree. Yeah, it should be completely fine.
Else you've seen discussed in the forums that you'd like to address at this point, maybe concerning DirectX 11, any of those conversations?
Oh yeah, it has DirectX 11, which makes it
막
run better.
많더라고요. 아직 게임이 출시도 안 됐는데 레딧에서 막 그 T3까지 성장하는 방법, 이 플로우 차트를 만들어가지고 막 이렇게 올리는 것도 봤고요.
It seems like there's a lot of conversations happening. I even saw a tier 3 growth chart that someone made. I was quite impressed with it.
벌써부터 막 그리고 다이렉트X가 한참 이거 적용 안 되냐 막 한번 이제 얘기가 많았는데 저희가 이제 공식 채널에서 적용한다고 또 얘기 드렸었죠.
And there was a debate on DirectX, like when is it coming? And I've already resolved that and mentioned it in a prior engagement.
그리고 제가 한 분 언급해드릴 유튜버가 하나 있네요.
Oh, I'd like to make mention of this one
Yeah,
YouTuber.
game goes live in 30 minutes, by the way.
싸이오라고 그
It's
2년,
almost
3년
time.
전부터 저희 게임을 굉장히 이렇게 막 많이 홍보해 주시고 저희 게임에 대해서 좋은 얘기를 정말 많이 해주셨거든요. 그래서 그분한테 굉장히 감사드리는데 이제 그분이 그렇게 홍보를 했던 거에 누가 되지 않도록 저희가 좋은 게임을 계속 만들어야겠죠.
His name is Saiwo, and over the 2-3 years, he's been just consistently being able to provide like such great responses for Lost Ark. So even for his sake, we want to continue living up to that hype and deliver what we created.
어려운 시
Oh, it's so cool, man. Yeah, Saiwo, like this is a guy, I've watched a lot of his videos. If you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see a dozen or so reactions to his videos. The guy's been a Lost Ark Andy for, 2-3 years or so. And that's so cool to get a shout out like that. Yeah, it's really cool. That's awesome. Wow.
시간에 항상 저희에게 좋은 계속 노력을 해주신 분들은 저희가 절대 잊을 수가 없고요.
Of course, we cannot forget the ones who provided consistent feedback, especially during our low moments.
The complaining
여러분들도
Andys.
저희한테 이제 많은 좋은 조언이나 의견들을 주면 저희가 잘 듣고 최대한 좋은 게임 같이 만들 수 있도록 노력할게요.
And to everyone here in this space, our ears are open for any feedback, so it is all welcome because it's only going to help us improve.
I absolutely love that camaraderie, as you said, and feedback circle. That's a beautiful thing. Lost Ark has now been in Korea, Russia, and Japan, now, of course, opening to more territories. What are some of the interesting things you noticed watching Western region players? Have there been any differences?
Oh, they're terrible.
우선은 물론 이제 문화권이 다르다 보니까 좀 차이가 있죠. 그래서 퍼블리셔들은 항상 그 문화권에 맞는 어떤 몇몇 개의 수정사항을 요청하시긴 해요.
Well, of course, there's existing variations among all territories, right? And publishers do, take that into account and make those variations.
네. 근데 저는 그렇게 생각합니다. 사실 제가 이제 본 바로도 전 세계의 게임 유저분들이 막 그렇게 다르지 않아요.
But in my opinion, at the end of the day, it's not at all different across all gamers, no matter where you're from.
맞아요. 그래서 저희가 봤을 때는 크게 다르지 않은데 결국 원하는 거는 게임에서 원하는 건 재미잖아요.
At the end of the day, we're all looking for one thing, right? Or the most main thing, to have fun.
네, 그래서 저는 그 재미를 결국에는 그 재미를 잘 만들면 되는 거고.
Okay.
뭐 예를 들어 한국에서 만든 게임이잖아요. 한국에서 만든 게임은 한국의 정서, 로스트아크가 가지고 있는 정서 그대로를 즐기는 게 제일 좋은 게 아닌가라고 생각해요.
And with the focal point, just being able to enjoy the game, we want to maintain the core, the original launch, and be able to deliver that without so much variation.
저희가 이제 점점 게임이 글로벌화 되면서 굉장히 사랑스러운 이유가 전 세계의 많은 재능들이 각 국가에서의 어떤 나름대로의 정서를 가지고 재미나고 독특한 게임들을 많이 만들어내기 때문이거든요.
And as we're globalizing, even just in Lost Ark, there's so many different skill sets and areas that are coming together.
그래서 저희는 저희가 만든 게임 그대로를 좀 전달을 하고 싶고, 그래서 다행히 또 이제 아마존 게임스 쪽이랑 최근에 이런 토론들을 굉장히 많이 했는데 최대한 저희 원작에 가까운 뭐 어떤 가깝게 이렇게 좀 하겠다라는 협의를 좀 해주셨어요.
And we've been closely talking with Amazon Games and voiced these opinions on wanting to maintain the core of the game. And luckily, we've gotten their support, and so we're going to maintain that. And so we're happy about it.
I think that just makes sense, Like, why would they want, like, it's in Amazon's best interest to just let them do the game the way they want to do the game. It's like, all you have to do is do nothing and everything's fine. Like, yeah, you don't have to do anything. This is a cookie clicker farm. You've got you're just the producer of it. You make money off of it. You just sit there and let them make the game. Don't fuck with it. Don't do anything. Just release the content and it'll be fine. Yeah, so yeah, of course they're gonna be okay with that.
넷플릭스에서 이제 그 오징어 게임이라고 전 세계 히트한 한국 드라마가 있거든요.
And I've even heard that Squid Game has been so popular on Netflix.
It has.
그 보니까 의외로 또 그 해외 유저분들이 한국어 원어음으로 이제 그 보시는 분들도 굉장히 많더라고요.
And it seems like a lot of the viewers who are watching the show, they preferred Korean language, the original language that it was in.
그렇지 않아도 저희도 작년 11월인가에 레딧에서 그 한국어 원음.
I think first drama controversy. It's been like we've been live for a little bit under 2 hours now. It's time for the first drama controversy of the stream, 2022. I watched all anime dubbed. Yep, go get mad. Yep, I watched it all dubbed. I'm not gonna watch it in language I don't understand, unless I have to, and then I do.
좀 들을 수 있게 해달라고 요청이 와가지고 저희가 이번 오픈 베타에 그런 이제 음성 선택 기능을 좀 포함을 시켰습니다.
So even for us, I think it was about last November, I saw it on a Reddit thread that someone or people wanted Korean voiceover option to be available. So we have that included as well as in other languages for this launch.
저희 정서 그대로를 최대한 드릴 테니까 뭐 재미있게 한번 받아주세요.
We're going to maintain the core of the game, so please receive it well, and we're looking forward to your responses.
That's wonderful, and thank you for that very detailed answer. I know a lot of people are really looking for this type of insight, so thank you so much for that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I know you said you're here for the more tricky or maybe more sensitive questions as well. So I want to ask, what can you say to new players who might think that Lost Ark is pay to win?
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. God damn, this is it, boys. She coming in hot, asking the real question. Okay, here we go.
제가 불편한 것도 다 받겠다고 했더니
He's like, true, bro.
This is quite a tough question, and of course I requested it to Amazon, asked me difficult question, and they really put it, so here we go.
네, 뭐
Okay, here we go.
우선 로스트아크는 프리 투 플레이 게임이에요.
Lost Ark is a completely free-to-play game.
이게 이 프리투플레이 게임에 이제 안 좋게 보시는 부분들이 뭐냐면 무료로 게임을 즐기게 하고 그 무료로 게임을 즐긴 이후에 갑자기 과금의 벽, 과금을 하지 않으면은 컨텐츠를 즐길 수 없게 만드는 부분들이죠, 바로.
In ordinary free-to-play, there's a structure that you come in without purchase to play the game. Then the obstacles come up for players and push them to spend dollars in order to advance or progress, right?
로스트아크도 물론 이제 과금이 필요한 부분들이 물론 있습니다. 그런데 게임을 조금 천천히 즐기시고 여러 가지 게임이 단순히 그냥 컨텐츠를 과금을 안 해가지고 딱 막아버리는 그런 식의 디자인은 없거든요.
Even in Lost Ark, yeah, there may be moments where, you know, it may be required or it may be useful to advance, but we don't provide or design obstacles so that you cannot go further if you don't spend dollars.
제가 트레일러에서 보여드렸던 섬을 모험한다거나 아니면 콜렉팅을 한다거나 아니면 스토리를 본다거나 이런 모든 것들의 어떤 과금의 어떤 제약.
There are a lot of games, especially like mobile games, that do that, and they have like basically they make it take a long time. It's like, hey, you're gonna do this mission and it takes 18 days, but if you pay $1, it happens instantly. It's like, you know, that kind of bullshit. So I've seen this a whole lot. As I said before, like, yeah, I don't know about Clash of Clans. Like, I don't know what game does that, because to be honest with you, the only game I have on my phone is Twitter. That's about it. I never really use games on my phone. I never get into that, so it's not really my thing at all.
Whether you're exploring grounds, collecting items, or doing, you know, exploring the terrains, it doesn't require items to be purchased.
물론 근데 약간 수직적인 성장을 빨리 해야 될 경우에는 과금의 부담이 좀 심해지는 부분들이 있긴 합니다.
Well, for those who prefer that vertical content and just want to quickly advance in the game, then yes, funds would be useful in that sense.
That's what would make sense.
비용
Yeah,
자체는 저희가
absolutely.
굉장히 잘 조절을 제어를 하면서 조절을 하고 있긴 해요.
Of course, we have that ratio, just monitoring very closely and just observing it through.
그냥 이 게임을 조금 더 재밌게 즐길 수 있는 좀 팁을 좀 드려볼까요?
And if I may, I would love to share an expert tip on how to best enjoy the game.
네.
Please.
이쪽인가요? Don't go too fast. Just take your time. 네.
That's a good way to look at it.
So take your time when you jump in. I will definitely.
So that to me, like with the whole pay to win stuff, I'm gonna see what the game is like on my own, because I've just heard. The thing with me is, like, I've heard so much conflicting information about it that, like, at this point, I'm just fucking sick of hearing about what I should, like, what's real and what's not. I just want to see it, I want to play it, and that's it. The way I look at, like, a free-to-play game, this has always been my perspective, is that if you have a free-to-play game, you have to have microtransactions or you can't have the game. You can't develop the game. Where's the money going to come from? Like, how do you get money for the game if you don't have a microtransaction? You're not, it's, you know, like, it just, there's, and this is not, what do I prefer? I prefer the WoW structure. Well, actually, fucking never mind about that. I prefer the Burning Crusade vanilla WoW structure, where you just pay $15 and you get the game, and there's no things that you can buy at all, period. However, there's a big difference. Like, for me, the big difference in between a game being pay to win and not pay to win is that if it's a game that's pay to win, you can spend an infinite amount of money and gain an infinite amount of progression. Whereas, like, games that have, like, for example, if you, like, Lost Ark has a thing where if you pay, like, $15 or something like that a month, you have pretty much, like, a premium account, where it's kind of like the account, you get resources faster, you probably get, like, money faster, etc., right? It's like one of those things. And yeah, it's lower fees, it's a lot of quality of life features. And I don't think this is a problem, because how could I say this is a problem whenever ESO has it, OSRS has it, and you know what else has it? WoW. WoW has it as well. Think about that. So I'm pretty much fine with it.
Definitely follow that advice myself. I don't like to rush to the end game. I'll explore all of it. So thank you so much for that. Also, Gold River, thank you so much for just earlier today, your trailer dropped with your commentary over it, and that was really cool. What is the story behind that trailer?
Have you seen it?
I did. I saw it this morning. Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. I loved it. There's so much information.
Thank you. 트레일러는 물론 이제 그 최근에 저희가 되게 이제 감동하고 있는 아마존 게임스에서 무기를 제작하거나 아니면 성우분들 코멘터리 하거나 되게 다양한 영상들을 많이
Guys, give me 1 second.
해주시더라고요.
Of course, you know, the trailers made by Amazon Game, there's so many variations. Just, the trailers are great.
굉장히 감사하고 있고.
And I'm really thankful for it as well.
근데 또 이제 개발자 입장에서 이제 이 게임의 매력이
The trailer
뭐고
he
저희가
did
만든
was really good.
사람들이니까 개발자 입장에서 이
I
게임의
watched it
매력이
yesterday.
뭐고 어떻게 즐겼으면 하고 또 어떤 마인드로 이 게임을 만들었나를 좀 담아보고 싶었어요.
But as a developer's standpoint, we want to sort of take a different angle and show the beauty of the game, why we created it, and all the inside knowledge of it.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, Amazon. You know, we have, as I said, a very good relationship with Amazon. I feel like Kanye West right now, but the video that he did was the best one. It was the best one. Like, no shot that there was another one that was even any closer. Like, it was so much fucking better. It was so good. Was McConnell in chat talking shit? What the fuck's he saying? Well, just give me a second. He's been banned. He says Asmongold is a scammer? Question marks. He says enable D's. Connect my dick. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. So McConnell is gonna hopefully play the game too. I'm hoping that he will play the game.
음악도 좀 자랑하고 싶었고.
And I kind of want to brag about the music too.
그래서
They've got a lot of different kinds of music in Lost Ark.
이 트레일러라는 거는 사실 그 만들 때 게임에서 가장 재밌어 보이고 매력적인 것만 이렇게 뭉쳐놔요.
And if you look at trailers, it sort of, you know, has that over-exaggerated ad elements to it, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just calling, like, I feel like this is really funny. He's actually called out the publisher like 3 times in the interview. I mean, that's a lot. You know, call out the publisher 3 times in the interview, and it's just obvious, you know, what he's saying. And yeah, some people said if you're region locked, the fact is right now I can't tell you what to do if you're region locked because we don't have a VPN sponsor. Sorry guys, I have no idea what to do. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Like, it's a mystery to everyone. Like, how can you possibly unravel this, you know, this convoluted mystery of what to do here? Whenever I get a code, I might, you know, maybe I might remember how to maybe use a particular thing.
Honest.
그렇기 때문에 약간 어떻게 보면 과대 광고가 될 수도 있고요.
And in a way that it makes it exaggerated if you only include the good parts and beautiful parts of it.
그렇지만 이제 뭐 약간 과대 광고성이 있을 수도 있는데 저희가 뭐 매력을 좀 들려드리고자 한 거고 또 저희가 어떤 마인드로 이 게임을 만들었는지를 충분히 알려드릴 수 있을 것 같아서 그래서 트레일러를 만들었습니다.
So with our version of a trailer launch today, we just wanted to show more of, you know, the insider's look and the vision of the developer.
Well, like I said, it was really cool. So thank you for.
I think that's one of the best things to me is that, like, this is one of the good things that Amazon started doing with New World is to sit down with the guys from New World and just talk to them about what the plan is, like what's the vision. Like, people want to know. This is like especially important with MMOs. People want to know where the game is going, and that's what's so meaningful.
Sharing your vision with us.
I know it's 8
really,
minutes,
really
boys.
neat.
I know.
I want to ask you. I know PvP is very popular in Western gaming in general.
Yeah.
And can you describe the PvP element that is in Lost Ark?
우선 이 로스트아크라는 게임은
They actually did a PvP tournament for Lost Ark in Korea.
Of course, I would say PvP is not, or Lost Ark is not built with the focal point on PvP.
그렇기 때문에 이제
Good.
뭐 저희 게임은 모험을 하건 뭐 스토리텔링을 하건 아니면 또 이제 같이 협력을 해가지고 뭐 레이드를 즐기든 뭐 이런 부분들이 약간 중심인 게임이라고 할 수 있어요, 사실.
Whether you're into storyline or collaborating through raids or just, you know, enjoying side
I say
quests,
good 'cause
that's
I'm
really
bad.
what our game is about.
Obviously.
그렇지만 이제 PVP를 좋아하시는 분들도 물론 많기 때문에 저희가 콜로세움이라든가 아니면 섬에서 즐길 수 있는 여러 가지 PVP 타입 그리고 더 나아가서는 올해부터는 저희가 또 한국에서도 좀 PVP를 더 늘려보려고 해요. 그래서 뭐 전장이라든가 이런 것들을 시행착오를 걸치면서 좀 확장해 나가고 있어요.
But with the growing popularity in PvP, we're doing our best to fully gear up and improving those elements, whether it's improving ground or other aspects, including the island.
여러분들의 반응을 보면서 계속해서 PVP도 발전시켜 나가 보겠습니다.
We're going to continue monitoring everyone's responses with PvP and continue improving upon the elements.
Excellent. So for PvP fans, there you have a little insight.
For anybody that doesn't know what's going on with PvP and Lost Ark, it's simple. Everybody is equalized. You can't buy an advantage. You can't buy anything that makes you more powerful or anything like that. Everybody is equalized. There are no there are no swipers. There's no swiping in PvP. There's nothing you can do to gain an advantage at all. And it would be really cool if I did a tournament for PvP in Lost Ark maybe in a couple of weeks. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be really cool if we did like a 3v3 tournament. Maybe set it up on the channel and just do it.
Into that portion
OTK,
of
Lost Ark tournament? Yeah.
I want to ask Gold River, do you have a favorite character in Lost Ark?
Character? Without a doubt, Kadan. Kaden? Kaden.
Without a doubt, Caden. Can you describe Caden to our
Caden?
audiences?
He's a berserker,
No
probably.
spoiler.
Oh, okay, it'd be a spoiler. Okay, no spoilers,
He's
but...
probably a
You will meet
berserker.
You will meet
Yeah.
him in the game.
Okay, perfect. And when you meet him, you will know.
Okay.
There we have it.
Caden, these nuts.
As a
Shut
game
up.
developer and a game
the
development
fuck up.
company, what is your global goal?
뭘 걸? 저는 글쎄요. 저는 목표를 이미
KD's
이뤘다고
not-
생각해요.
I think we've already achieved what we set out to achieve.
왜 그러냐면
I mean, the game's
사실
popped off.
MMORPG라는 장르가
I would say so.
굉장히 비용도 많이 들고 시간도 많이 들고 또 잘 엎어져요.
Yes,
엎어진
5
다는 게
minutes.
이제
They're wrapping up the interview, so
완성이
we're
되지
gonna
않고
we're
오픈
gonna end
베타도 하지
this just in
못하고
time.
드랍되는 경우들이 굉장히 많거든요.
And if you look at the genre of an MMO, it not only requires a lot of time, but a ton of content as well as
Oh, yeah.
costs. And a lot of the other MMOs don't even make it to the beta stage or even launch.
굉장히 이제 만들기 어려운 장르인데 이제
I think a lot of them make it to the beta stage. It's the second part that's definitely true, because there's plenty of them. It's like, oh, they're gonna come. It's gonna come out soon.
저희가 어쨌든 한국에서도 많은 분들에게 사랑을 받고
I can't
또
log in yet.
벌써 이제 웨스턴이 나가면 140개가 넘는 국가에서 서비스가 되는 건데
They launch.
이것만으로도 너무
Yeah,
행복해요. 정말
the beta is the launch.
140개가 개국이 넘는 곳에서 유저 여러분들을 찾아뵙고 한다는 것 자체가 그걸로 이미 목표는 저는 달성했다고 생각합니다.
And these MMOs are very hard to make, as you
Restart
know. But
Steam? Okay.
given that we're able to service over 140 countries, I think we've already reached an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's a massive accomplishment.
Definitely a huge accomplishment. If you had to put a number on it, though,
Uh-oh.
do you have a number in mind of users you would like to see? for
7
Lost Ark?
billion players. Every
Yes,
single person. in
Wow,
the
you're
world.
quite persistent. But since you asked, I will answer.
넘버 예 20만 하겠습니다. 20만.
I would put it at 200K concurrent users.
사실
That's a lot of fucking people.
예전에 그 배틀그라운드라는 한국 게임이 있어요. 그 게임이 스팀에서 굉장히
That is a
놀라운
lot of fucking
성과를
people.
이제 거둔 적이 있고
Well, in the past, there is a Korean game named Battleground FPS, and that yielded great results.
Yeah, I
한국인으로서
bet it
굉장히 좀
did.
자랑스러웠어요.
And as a Korean, I'm very proud of their accomplishment.
그래서 저희도 어떻게 보면 RPG가
Oh, that's PUBG? Okay.
20만이라는
Yeah, I
동력을
didn't know
넘기는 게
that.
굉장히 벽같이 느껴지는데 그 20만이라는 숫자를 그냥 한국 게임으로서 한국 게임도 이런
200K is
포텐셜이
massive? Yeah, it's huge.
보여드리고 싶다는 의미에서 20만으로 이제 얘기를 드려본 겁니다.
And in a way, it seems like there's a wall, like with that 200K. It's just hard to surpass that number. And so we wanted to set it at that and be able to surpass it, hopefully.
We can do that.
That could
right?
happen. I mean, I
we
think
can.
that.
And for chat
Yeah,
asking
that could
questions
happen.
about only 200,000 concurrent users.
There's
Just
people online at the
just
same
to clear
time.
that up. But everyone in chat is saying 500,000 easy, I see right now.
Easy.
And so everyone is very excited for Lost Ark to succeed. Yes, yes.
So is yours grayed out too? If you have the Founders Pack, I just want to make sure that, like, there's not something, like, wrong with mine. Yeah, it is? Okay, cool. Because people are like, oh, restart Steam. Oh, bro, you have to start it in Administrator. Okay, did you start it with the chicken hat on? Oh, well, no wonder it didn't work.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, so much support. Nothing but support in chat right now. Do you have any particular philosophy on building an MMORPG, and what do you think the future of Lost Ark with that philosophy in mind could look like?
Uh-huh.
철학이라면 저희 철학은 사실 뭐 컨텐츠적인 부분들로 얘기할 수는 없을 것 같고요.
Well, if I think about philosophy rather than focusing on the contents.
We'll wait.
이런 것 같아요.
It's unpacking.
MMORPG는
Well, I had already re-downloaded
많이
it.
써야 되는 장르라고.
Okay, all right.
I think it's
I'll do it
this.
again.
With MMOs, it requires so much time commitment.
Give me 1 second.
뭐 물리적으로나 뭐 감정적으로나 굉장히 소모가 큰 장르거든요.
Whether it's financially or emotionally, there's a lot of investment going on, right?
그래서 함부로 막
Okay, we're gonna open it up again.
많은 분들의 소중한 시간을 함부로 저희가 다루기가 어려워요.
So we don't want to be wasteful of anyone's investment, great investment and effort taken into being a part of this. So.
그래서 저희는 유저분들의 뭐 저희가 얼마나 좋은 게임인지는 사실 잘 모르겠어요. 근데 유저분들의 시간만큼은 반드시 소중하게 생각하고 또 유저분들의 좋은 추억이 있는 이 장소를 저희가 잘 보관자의 역할을 잘 해내는 것. 그게 저희 철학 같아요.
Well, we don't know if it'll be a great game or not for everyone, but with the time invested and the effort that we put into just exploring this, we aim to have Arcasia in just fostering great memories and growing together with our users.
I think that's always the goal.
That's a beautiful sentiment. If you had to describe Lost Ark in one sentence, maybe for new players out there, how would you describe it?
One sentence.
One sentence. How about good?
10년, 20년이 지나서도
Cash grab? Damn, dude.
시절을 유저분들이 돌아봤을 때 그렇게 나쁘지 않았다라고
It's a little
할 수 있는
savage, don't you
정도의
think?
게임이 됐으면 좋겠네요.
In 10, 20 years, looking back in Lost Ark and makes you smile, I think that's it.
That's it. That's beautiful. If you can look back and it makes you smile. Gold River, thank you so much. This conversation has been so wonderful, and chat is so hyped right now. We're having such a good time. Do you think you have a couple more minutes to answer questions from the chat?
Huh, I wonder why it's not working.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right, perfect. So let's see if we have any chat questions that we can bring
I'm clicking start download.
For Gold River right now. Let's see if we have those ready to come in.
Are you guys able to download it? I just want to.